Alright, here we go. Here's a little update on my Peterbilt 352 Cabover 1/32 scale Snaptite kit. One with a two-tone gold and black paint job. Still haven't done any clear. I've done chrome trim in the around the windows, a little bit on the side there, and handles and some other stuff with chrome pen. Of course, I've weathered it up. The chassis, I ain't done the cab yet. On the cab, I just lost my old dog this week. She'd been with us. She'd been with us almost right at 15 years. I don't know how old she was before we got her, but she was a good old dog. She was about 55 pounds, and she kind of had a tan colored coat, and sometimes she'd get that fur rustled up on her neck, kind of looked like a bear. I called her my honey bear. Her name was Emily, but she got pretty sick and we had to put her down. I'm kind of dedicating this build to her. So right up here, I'm going to have Honey Bear Farms. I'm going to try to do the rub off transfer letters. If not, I'll just break out my old pinstriping brushes and try it with some one-shot paints. But yeah, I stripped all the chrome on this kit. I think I stripped every piece of it, I reckon. And I don't want to put this in there because it's a bear to get back out. But yeah, there's the bumper. I painted it an ivory color, and done some rust effect on it and stuff. Yeah, it's not really showing up too well on the camera, but I'm probably going to do a little bit of rust around the grill. Backstory on this truck, I'll let you look at some of the weathering I've done. I haven't done anything with the quarter fenders yet, or the tail lights, but or the air tanks. But you know, I know the drive shaft's hanging out. I gotta take the quarter fenders back out. The old farmer, he had needed a guy to haul grain for him, and he put an ad out there. Old fella showed up with this old Cabover. He was living out of it. The farmer told him, you know, as long as you got a good safe record, I'll let you haul the grain to the silos for me. They made him up a deal, and that was good to go. The guy was such a good worker, the farmer kept him around. And got a little blue left down in there. I got to get a little paint inside there. But the farmer kept him around. Said, you know, I'll just let you work on the farm with me. Did the gauges, and I did the clear. I used crystal clear glue on the gauge faces there and the dash panel. The farmer said, I'll just keep you around here. You could park your truck in the barn if you want to. We got a bunkhouse out there in the barn. You could live out there, just work for us year round. Old guy said that's a good deal. This went on for about a year or two. Next thing you know, he went out there one morning, wake old Pete up, and dadgum if he hadn't passed away. Well, they tried to get hold of some kinfolk, and they never could get hold of none, so you know, they took care of services and stuff for him. they still had this old Peterbilt to deal with. They never could find nobody. It sat around in the barn there. After a few years, old Farmer Brown seen that thing just sitting there. He said, well, I'll just go ahead and put me a lien on that. Get the title to it, and we'll keep on using it. I reckon that's what they did. And old Pete's watching over them, make sure they keep his truck in good shape. And dadgum, if they didn't go out in the field and get that thing all dirty and rusty, mud all over it, up underneath of it. The engine's all covered in grime. But and they went and broke a mud flap on the back. Had to piece one together on there. And I think letting one of the youngins drive his tractor to hook it up to the grain trailer and tore the mud flap off from it. Well, anyways, fellas, I appreciate you watching. Also, I did the front wheels in white, and I weathered them real bad. And back I done in aluminum. Can't really see too well, but weathered them up a little bit too. Got some mud on the tires. Anyways, fellas, I appreciate you watching. And just so that anybody else knows, I'm sure a lot of people do, but I don't know if all the snap kits are this way, but the plastic that this kit's made out of is a lot more brittle. Number one, when you go to cut something off the sprue, it will go flying. Ain't no mistaking about that. That sucker will fly all the way across the shop. I don't care how big your shop is. And number two, when you go to snap things together, you gotta be a little careful, especially if you got some paint on them. But you go to push things together and you get broken pieces and parts here and there. But yeah, I just kind of built this as a little bit of practice. Like I say, them old dog had to leave us, and I figured I'd dedicate this build to her. I appreciate you watching. Everybody take care. Bye bye.